Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone had a wonderful New Year's and is having an amazing start to 2019. As you can see today, we're going to be making a Valentine's Day themed DIY. And today I'm going to show you how to make this perfect kitty cat treat bag clip made out of a clothespin. So I have two little daughters, and one of my daughters is obsessed with cats and the other one of my daughters is obsessed with dogs, ironically. So today on this video I'm going to show you a cat themed treat bag, and then on the next video I'm going to show you a puppy themed one. Okay, so just to start off, I just made a little template of a kitty cat face, and usually when I need a template of an animal face or whatever, I just kind of look online. You can download lots of free clip art, or sometimes I even just use like stickers or die cuts, the party banner die cuts, I don't know, whatever, because you just need an outline, so whatever you can find that you like. And so I just found this shape online, and honestly I'm not a very great artist. I don't draw very well, but in the recent years I've discovered that drawing is just lines and curves. So if it's just a simple shape just like this, which is basically like a rectangle with 2 points, I can do that. So I'm gonna use maybe just this creamy colored paper, and I'm gonna just trace my little stencil on here. And I have a box of just scrap paper that I have, just little, odds and ends of maybe colors that are not widely used, or just things like that, which I always use my stencils for. I think if you're a very experienced crafter, especially paper crafter, you know that even just colored cardstock is very valuable. So I don't always want to use like my nice paper for just a stencil that I'm going to throw away. So just use the scraps or whatever you have. I'm just going to cut it out like that, and then I'm going to draw a little face on it. And like I said, I'm not a very good artist, so usually if I need a face, I just look on the internet for different cat cartoons. For this one, I just searched, cat clip art or cat cartoons, or, on Pinterest when you look for different crafts, your interest things come out. So that's where I found these kind of designs. Just do it like that. And honestly, you could do the same face for every single one. It's not like anyone's really gonna say anything, especially kids. I'm just taking a crayon and drawing little blush marks, because it is Valentine's Day after all. And then I'm just gonna do little whiskers. Like that. Some ear marks, just like that. Okay, and then I'm just gonna take a glue dot. I'm just gonna stick it on my clothespin here. So I just have these plain clothespins. They're the large ones, but you can use a colored clothespin since it is Valentine's Day. That would be cute. But these are the ones that I have. Just like that. Now for the bow, you can get really creative and fun. I have all of these different ribbons here, different colors and patterns and designs. I kind of have a ribbon obsession, so maybe it's embarrassing to say, but I did not have to actually go out and buy any of these. I already had them. So just be creative with it. I tied this one into like a little bow tie. This one I tied into an actual bow. This one is a bow tie with the ends snipped off, a little more dapper and fancy. And then this one is actually, it's a bow tie bow on one side, but I just snipped off the ends instead of finishing the other loop, just so it looks like when you tie a scarf around your neck and the two ends are flopping in the wind. So just be creative with it. So for this little girl, I think I'm just going to use this blue with a hot pink stitching. And of course you could stick to the traditional pink and red for Valentine's, but I personally like it when there's, a little bit of purple, a little bit of teal kind of mixed in. Gives it a little contrast and a little more fun. I'm just going to tie this into a little bow like that. And this tying a ribbon into a bow skill is actually one of the very first skills I learned. I think I was in high school. My mother had a friend who I would consider a true artist. You know, the kind of person who paints her own greeting cards and, you know, makes coasters out of felt and fabric. And so she actually taught me how to tie ribbons into bows, and I feel like it's one of the most useful skills I've ever learned in crafting. I tie treat bags with bows, I tie, you know, gifts, of course, and things like this when you need a bow, you know, hair bows, anything. Perfect. Alright, so I'm going to put it there like that. So very cute. And I'm just going to put a little tag on. And this is something that I do all the time when I need a tag. I do not have a color printer actually. I only have a black and white one. So then I just print it out on colored paper, and it's fun, it's colorful, and I don't have to mess with different inks and things. I don't have to get a new printer. And so I do actually have a bunch of clip arts that I've accumulated and saved over the years. So I just took a heart clip art, I put some wording in it, and then I just printed out on different shades of, you know, pink and red, and that's what I'm going to use. So, and I'm not even going to cut directly on the printed line. I'm going to cut a little bit of a border outside the printed line. My second grade daughter told me that this is called bubble cutting. That's what the official terminology that they use at school. Bubble cutting is when you just cut a bubble of a border around the printed line. And it's really a lot easier to cut it this way. That way you don't have to be so specific about getting it on the line and, you know, cutting bits of it off. Then take another glue dot and just glue it right here onto the clothespin. Cover the end. This one says me. Wow. So cute, right? Okay. So for initially when I made the treat bags, I wanted to put yarn balls, edible yarn balls. So when I made these, what I did was I took Rice Krispie treats and I rolled them into balls and I squished them down pretty compactly. And then I just took these sour silly gummy straws, sour silly gummy strings, and I just wrapped them one direction and then the other direction to look like yarn balls. But to be honest, it's kind of hard, and it takes a long time, and it gets sticky, and you know, you have to, like, you know, roll it all with your hands. So I don't think I'm gonna do this when Valentine's Day actually comes and I have to make it for my daughter's class. What I am gonna do probably is I found the pink goldfish that you can buy at Target or any grocery store. It's called the Princess Pack, and they're pink. So, and their little fish looks really cute. Or I'm gonna put these mini Swedish fish that you could also find in a family size pack. So my daughter loves Swedish fish anyways. I'm probably just going to do this. Even though in theory this yarn ball is a very good idea, and maybe if I was only making, you know, 10 or less, then maybe I would do this, but it just took a long time and it was messy. So I'm probably just going to choose one of these options, or maybe even both. Alright then, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you guys have a really fun time making Valentine's Day treat bags and, you know, treats and celebrating Valentine's Day. And I'll see you next time. Bye!